Welcome back to DBL. You don't often hear men talk about infertility, right? True. But Jon Waldman is trying to change that. He's written a book about his own struggles, and earlier he was very open with Jeff and Sam about he hopes his story will help others.
Jon, thank you for sharing your story with us today. So tell us about you and your wife's journey to conceive. When did you realize that you might be the one dealing with a fertility issue?
We started trying to conceive in 2008, and it took about 9 months for us to conceive for the first time. Unfortunately, about 8 weeks into the pregnancy, we lost the baby. At that point, we felt that we were enough ahead that we were able to start going in for some testing, and they determined that it was a mix of male and female factor infertility.
So Jon, I'm 42 years old and I have a lot of friends struggling with this very same issue, but we aren't used to hearing about men who struggle with fertility. How did it affect you personally?
For me, it was a lot of mental health issues. I was already predisposed to issues starting from high school. It really hit hard. You're not able to do something that you ordinarily would do without issue, without assistance. It really starts to hammer on your sense of self.
The title of your book, Swimming Aimlessly, gives some comic relief to this whole conversation, right? Because it's hard to talk about, but I think right off the bat, it makes you an easier guy to talk about, like, oh, this guy gets it, he gets what every man is going through with this, and it makes it a little easier to talk about. So you nailed it with the title right there.
I pulled from my love of Seinfeld and George Costanza's utterance of "my boys can swim," right. So I played off that, and
I'm a father! I did it! My boys can swim!
Whenever you're approaching a topic like this, whether it's something like infertility or other health conditions, you really want to make sure that people are comfortable and they're feeling safe and they feel like they're talking to somebody, not just having a bunch of stats and figures thrown at them.
Your transparency is so refreshing, and your title and you are so relatable. So you and your wife welcomed a beautiful baby girl just over 5 years ago. What advice do you have for couples, and especially men going through this right now? What would you tell our viewers?
The most important thing to do is to talk, to have those conversations as hard as they are. Yes, it'll be emotional. Yes, like me, you'll probably break down during those first conversations, but it's so important to do and to know what it is that you are willing to do, whether it is to go through procedures like IVF and IUI, whether it's to look instead straight to adoption or surrogacy, etc. The most important thing is to have that path and to know that what you are doing is right for both of you.
Comforting and powerful words, Jon. Thank you. To our viewers, Jon's book, Swimming Aimlessly, One Man's Journey Through Infertility and What We Can All Learn From It, comes out on March 30th. You can find details at simonandschuster.com. Thank you again, Jon, for sharing your story. So powerful. We'll be right back.